So, John, obviously it's been a while since we saw you, a bit over a year now. Why just the long break? Was it because it was a tough knockout, or just because other reasons as well?
It's a combination of stuff, you know what I mean? It's personal, martial arts for me was therapeutic. I started at the age of 6, you know what I mean? So martial arts for me was, it saved my life, so I didn't want to just jump into things. I was going through, I was uncertain. A lot of things was happening, so I wanted to step back and reassess and figure things out in a personal level and a professional level before, I wanted to be in a good state of mind before getting into another fight.
Okay, when you say uncertain, it wasn't any uncertainty about continuing fighting. It was just about when you were going to come back.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a tough. My last fight was, it was one of those things where it happens. Obviously, obviously, it wasn't the way I expected it to go out. You know what I mean? And obviously, anyone that knows me, that I'm always trying to go out there and perform at my best and give an exciting fight. So, this is a new start for me. I found a good place. I'm in a good state of mind, and I'm just happy to be in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Yeah, of course. And I know you switched camps as well, and you can explain after. But for so long, when you think of John Makdessi, you associate him with TriStar. You think of you as that part of that group. So why, after being there for so long, did you decide now was the right time to make a change?
I mean, it's not really about there's never a right timing in life. In life we try to control our environment. Especially me. I always try to. I was born in Canada, raised in Montreal. Obviously, TriStar was right there. Obviously, I give TriStar a lot of credit. I started there. I learned mixed martial arts, and I grew as a martial artist. I started, like I said, martial arts at the age of 6. Taekwondo, karate. I changed many gyms. I changed many teachers. At the end of the day, we grow as humans. Sometimes we grow apart. You know what I mean? And it's all positive. Now I'm at Rufus Sport. I have a great bunch of guys there. I feel at home. I have a good connection with Duke, and the most important thing for me was always been having a mental and emotional connection with my trainer, because like I said, it was more than just going out there and fighting. I need to enjoy what I'm doing, and I need to have confidence.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, you said you grew up in Montreal, you were there for so long, it was the natural fit. So when you do make like a big change like that, what do you have to do to make sure you are comfortable? Like you said, now, is it just, spending that time in the gym with the coaches, the training partners, and it's kind of, automatic that it happens that way, or making a bigger life decision? Is there more that goes into it?
Yeah, man. Of course, it's a big life. It's a big change for me. As away from my brothers and sisters, my family, new friends, everything, new start. I'm very fortunate. Especially I brought him here to my fight. Emmanuel Sanchez. He's a fighter. He's been great to me. He's been open arms, and I'm very grateful for Duke and the team, and obviously here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I got Giuseppe. He's also I fought for one of his promotions back in the days. I'm very blessed. I want to be more. It's more of a how you say, fighting and life. It makes you grow as a human being. It teaches you hard lessons. I'm here. I'm happy to be here, and I want to go out there and give fans excitement. I want to go out there and perform at my best.
Yeah, and you talk about excitement. I think, the moment this fight came together, everyone naturally thought, fight of the night candidate, all that kind of stuff. You guys were actually supposed to fight, what, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago or so? I guess just going into that fight back then, what did you think about Abel compared to now? Is he the same guy in your mind? Is he different? What do you kind of make of him as an opponent?
I mean, 155 division, I always felt like it was one of those things where back in the days, a lot of coaches would put in my head like, oh, John, you should cut to 145, or like a lot of things, a lot of questioning, a lot of uncertainty, what style is best, that's why, I mean, now it's more like my mind is settled. I know who I am. I know my style. I know my strengths and my weaknesses. And 155, obviously, 154, 145 is too hard for me to get down. 155 is as hard as it is. I have to be very disciplined. That being said, Abel is a top competitor. Obviously he's dangerous. I got to be smart. I got to be composed. I trust my training. I trust my coach. Duke. I listen to him, and we'll see what happens December 16th.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you probably don't want to go through like a fight of the year type thing, like one of those really tough, grueling fights. You want to preserve yourself, but do you see it being something like that, like what the fans are building it up to potentially be? Do you see it kind of unfolding like that, or do you see it being a completely dominant one-side fight for you?
Fighting is funny. You can visualize a fighting can go a certain way. Your mind, and obviously the expectations and all that, but you never know. You never know. the funny part is about fighting. That's why it's so exciting, because it's unpredictable. You know, you don't know what's gonna, that night, that day you wake up. You know, you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, it's all about adaptivity. You have to adapt. You have to adjust, improvise. You know, of course, my style is naturally, you know, exciting. You know, I mean, coming from a taekwondo karate, obviously keeping it standing, play the distance. You know what I mean? And we'll see what happens. You know, we'll see. My goal is to go out there and give a martial arts clinic. You know what I mean? That's why working with Rufus, he brought the best out of me, and we'll, you know, like I said, hopefully we'll see. You know what I mean? It takes two to dance, right?